Greetings to everyone on Sunday evening, 5 minutes past 6 p.m. in India. And we are sharing something very interesting for teachers. We have just done a module on content writing. Now, content writing, like we made a mention, it is very important for everybody. Let me move to one more module, one more interesting area, which is very important for our teachers. Why it is important? I'll share with all of you so that you can understand what exactly is needed in our education ecosystem as far as if teachers, they want to really do good education and they want to do justice with their profession. The skill which I'm going to share with all of you now is something very, very important. Ladies and gentlemen, Sunday evening, we extend a very warm welcome and we take you to beautiful green area, herbal area, and where the horticulture, floriculture, sericulture, flowers are beautiful, people are beautiful, the art and the craft and the culture and the cuisine and dances and the music, everything is so colorful. You see, Chitra Kapoor has made everything green on the right-hand side, 10 days free of cost online teacher capacity building program, because Northeast area is the most green area in entire India. It's such a pleasure. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are covering nowadays and we are sharing the information with our present B.Ed students. Those are there in the Northeast part of India. And at the same time, this program is also dedicated to young teachers, those who have just got into teaching profession and they want to move up in the ladder, whether you are in India or you are overseas, or you aspire to go overseas, you want to travel overseas, you want to be engaged with the activities in teaching profession, education ecosystem overseas, then this particular program is dedicated to all of you. This is free of cost, and we would be having the finale of this program on 31st of August. Do remember that, 3 more days. Every day we'll be covering 2 wonderful modules to help all the children. So, welcome to Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, Tripura, Meghalaya, Assam, and Sikkim. And let's enjoy beautiful Northeast. One of the most important skill, if you see the new education policy 2020, which has been given on 29th of July by the Honorable Prime Minister with the green signal, it gives a lot of importance to research. A lot of funds have also been dedicated to research. And the basic efforts are that we should try and work out, we should try and plan out, because unless you don't carry out relevant, authentic, futuristic research, now re and search has already been done, research. That means adding value, adding dimension, adding something new. Research skills are very important for teachers, and particularly those want to become teacher, those are in teaching profession, your research skills have to be thorough. Okay, let's take 4 elements before I go into the details. Your critical thinking, your problem solving skill, your dissemination, and your analysis. When we talk about it, teachers have been and continue to be expert researchers. Research is a process of knowledge building. It inspires personal growth and development in individuals as well as in the groups. Teachers bring their expertise to their classroom, and by actively sharing the knowledge they have gained through research, and they build a professional community and shape the minds within that community. That is something very important. And when you collect the data, there could be a primary data, secondary data, collection and tabulation, synthesizing, thereafter adding your own values to that and your own research to that, and finally coming out with a final document, your paper, which can be presented anywhere. And that also takes a shape like a lesson, which is to be delivered to the youth in the class. Effective learning requires explanation, modeling, questioning, challenge, and feedback. Any program on the YouTube, if you'll see of the foreigners, you'll find at the end there is a Q&A, question and answer session. Now, what could be the steps to research? Okay, let's take an example. First of all, whatsoever is your topic, whatsoever area you have taken, You should take that into consideration. Thereafter, your primary data and whatever you would be collecting, that is a secondary data, all that we take into consideration. But first of all, you must formulate your questionnaires. What kind of a questions you're going to ask the people you are interacting with, what information you want to collect. Then observing whatever is your topic, you got to get to the relevant location, situation, people, activities, so that you can observe. Thereafter, planning, then collecting data. That means primary data I'm talking about, because secondary data you have already gone. Then you got to record and tabulate those data. You got to organize those data. Then you have to interpret that data, that whatever you have collected. And finally, you have to present your data, whatever research is there. So simple, but so interesting. Now, the assessment framework of the teachers, journal pedagogical knowledge, when you talk about, there are three areas, three verticals we are talking about: instructions, learning, and assessment. If you see the diversity, and if you see the 21st century skills, and if you see the technology, the digital technology, which is coming very, very fast, it is coming at a supersonic speed like a tsunami. And you have to understand, from the theoretical approach, we are moving everywhere to scientific approach and practice-based practical approach. That is something very important, which you all have to understand. You have to have a cooperative learning. You have to have engaging students in dialogue. You got to be fostering the critical thinking. Students' motivation has to be kept up, and metacognitive strategies have to be adopted. Cognitive and emotional development has to take place. And of course, when you go towards the assessment part, it is the diagnostic methods, quality of assessment, formative assessment, and research principles, all that you take into consideration as far as that part is concerned. Now, a strong teacher, a strong educator will analyze the individual needs. Means every students have to be analyzed. What is their learning environment at home or in school? What is their retention? What is their retentivity? What is their learning style? How do they get? And after reflection and consideration, you got to adjust as a teacher your actions to best which should meet the students and students' needs, the system needs, because social, emotional, physical, cognitive, creative, these are all things have to be taken while imparting the education to make a whole child. And children experiences are actively engaged, joyful, interactive, meaningful, socially interactive. So when you take child's experience of learning through play, and learning outcomes are to be associated with learning through play, then the education would be rewarding and enriching. What are the benefits of educational research for teachers? Now, this is something very important. Whosoever is interested to become a teacher, you must understand this slide thoroughly. First of all, the research. It helps you to find solution to a particular problem arising in your classroom or in your school or in your daily life. Underpin professional learning of knowledge, skill, and understanding. It connects you with the sources of information and networks of the professional support. It clarifies the purposes, the processes, and priorities when introducing the change. For example, you want to bring a change, you want to see the process of curriculum development, your pedagogy, or for that matter, even your assessment also. It also helps you to improve understanding of your professional and policy context, organizationally, locally, nationally, enabling you to teach and lead more strategically and effectively. And finally, develop your organizational influence, self-efficacy, and voice within your own school and more widely within the profession. The fellow teachers, those are there, in other institutions, in your country, in your continent, you should exchange your data and everything with them. Now, this is an amazing slide. If you understand it, teachers development learning environment through research. Okay, let's take first learner characteristics. Okay, you got to understand the learning context. You have to understand diversity, digital natives, prior knowledge, and learner goals. Then you come to contents. In that you got to see what are your goals to be achieved from that contents. What are the sources? What are the structure? How to quantify and how to get into depth, and what activities to be involved in that. Let's move to to skills, thinking activities, discussions, what goals to be achieved, and practical activities are very important. Learner, they need support. So what do you have to give? You got to give them counseling. You got to give them feedback. They got to talk with other students and fellow learners. And what could be the resources? Your time as a teacher, your assistance as a teacher, you as a facilitator as a teacher, and you got to give the best possible technology support also. And finally, we come to the assessment. In assessment, it may be through projects, it may be through e-portfolios, it may be through various tests, it may be through essays, writings, other things. It all depends on your creativity and your innovation as well. So teachers, you've got to create a beautiful culture of learning. So with that, let me say goodbye to you today. You enjoy Northeast part of India, because I'll be coming to you to Northeast once again, 7 p.m. today. It is in India around 17 minutes past 6 o'clock, 7 p.m. today. If you want to look healthy, if you want to look smart, if you want to take care of your health and wellness, 7 p.m. we will be talking about global wellness through Ayurveda, global wellness tourism through Ayurveda. And today there is going to be a very important subject which Chitra Kapoor ma'am will be taking on with you at 7 o'clock. And then 8 p.m. I would be joining you once again, where we would be taking you to United States. The lady would be sharing with us something very important if you want to become a teacher. All of us, we will take on. So let's come together. Whatever your mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Let's make education and skills relevant through ICSI's platform. Send us a mail at teacherstraining@icsi.asia. Contact Julie Subba ma'am at 9311549658, or send a WhatsApp to Chitra Kapoor ma'am at 9988447058. Till 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. both the modules, both the programs are going to be very interesting. One is totally dedicated to your health, and another one is to total teaching profession. And it's coming to you soon. Look forward meeting you in a short while. Stay fit, stay fine, enjoy yourself, and welcome once again to North.